Okay, I couldn't get it to work. The whole rear end is just not designed for as small of a motor as this thing. So these bearings, they're not meant for little 50cc motors like that thing's. They're great for like 3 horsepower and above, but they just have a little bit of drag, so you know they suck. So I can't do it. So this whole rear end thing is garbage. I can't use it. It won't work. The gears worked though. I could change the gears. That worked, except for the biggest gear, the first gear, because it was too close to the tire and it just wouldn't jump. So if I had wanted to make it work, I would have had to move this whole thing down a little bit away from the tire. So I went back to Northern Tool where I got these tires, bought another one, and I ended up taking one of these, cutting it a little bit, and then just welding it onto the other one on the tire, and then taking one of these things, cutting it off of there, and then sliding it down there, and then welding it on to this, and then bolting this sprocket on, and works fine. No wobble, no nothing, and it works just fine. So this is what I'm going to use. The only disadvantage is I'm not going to be able to have the disc brake, which no big deal. What I'm going to do is, like on my other mini bike, I'm going to have a metal bar just pushed right here on the tire, hopefully slowing it down. So yeah. Plus the thing, why I had to make the bottom so wide. This bottom is 10 inches across. Why I had to make it so wide is because to fit all the stuff. Now there's not that much stuff, so I can shorten it a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably cut it here, cut it here, cut it here, cut it there, and redo this whole end. Make it look a little better, and so I don't have to have the bearings, and I don't know, just make it look, and also bend these in a little bit more, therefore making it look not so wide and not so goofy. So not too much, just a little bit, just to make it, you know, just to make it work. So yeah, hopefully this works. Otherwise I'm not gonna be happy. And I've been working on this thing for a little bit, and I just cannot get it to work. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I'm throwing this project out, working on something else. Okay, I got the frame all rebuilt. I took out this whole end. I basically just took these and cut them off, and put these on, and put these back on, and the tire spins freely, which is nice, and the sprocket has almost no wobble whatsoever, so that's really nice. That actually is hopefully gonna work now. So now next step is mount the motor, and I mounted originally what I did was I just welded on the motor plate to the frame, and that didn't work because that wouldn't work this time, because now I'm trying not to have a chain tensioner. So what I have to do is weld this plate onto the frame, and it's going to move back and forward just like that. So I'm able to tighten the chain and loosen the chain if I need to. So that'll be awesome, and it'll be really handy. So all I gotta do is line it up perfectly and weld it on. Okay, I welded on the motor plate, beefed it up with these things and little struts here, just to make sure it's not going to fall off, which is definitely not going to fall off. And got the rear tire all on, and welded these things. These are is what's gonna hold the seat right there, because the seat has this little thing right here, and then you take these giant washer and put that there, and then you tighten that. It is really hard to do with one hand. Tighten it just like that. And then the seat's on. And then I welded on these for the gas tank. Just like that. So the gas tank's going there, seat's going there, motor of course is going to go there, and everything looks done, everything looks really good. The only thing I have left to really do is, besides mounting all this stuff and making sure it's all good and mounting the motor, the only thing I have left to do is put the brake. And what I'm going to do is, just like on my other mini bike that I have, you have like a pedal here, you push down and it presses a metal disc, or not a metal plate, onto the tire, and that slows it down. So that's your brake. So that's what I got to do next, and it's gonna be a little hard to do because I got to make it go. The swing arm is gonna go from here to here because this is where my feet's gonna go. So I'm gonna have to do something really fancy with that. I'm not sure what yet, but it's gonna be not that easy because I don't really want to have to put my foot way back here and hit the lever because the motor's right here and it's going to be in the way. So I got to put the lever right here somehow. I don't know how yet. So yeah, this thing is looking really cool, really awesome. It's looking like a mini bike. Okay, so this thing is done. Got the gas tank on, got the seat on, finished putting on the second chain railer so the chain doesn't pop off at all, which is really nice. Honestly, this thing is just really slow. It's slow and it has like no power, and the motor like dies after 30 seconds of running because it overheats for some reason. I have no idea why. So for a while I was thinking about getting another motor because I have another 3 horsepower motor. I was thinking about putting that motor on this thing, but then I would have to do something, I don't know, get like I would either have to have it belt drive and have like a little clutch, but if I did that, then it wouldn't be that fast because belts don't work when you're going, they just slip like crazy. And then I thought about buying another centrifugal clutch, and then that's more money, and I don't know, I spent, you know, enough money on this thing, so I'm just gonna leave it. It's cool, you know. I'm just gonna leave it. So yeah, this is the end of probably part 3. I'm not quite sure. So next part of this thing, I'm not gonna make a video of this soon, but I will make a video of this thing running and me riding it just because. So thank you for watching, subscribe, and have a nice day.